Yo, it's the kid. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on for this one. Fuck a glare. I'm gonna have a glare into my shit. I don't give a damn. That's a big ass glare. Hell no, that ain't glowing. That shit dead like a motherfucker. Okay, usually I make funny videos and shit, but this is a real talk video. You did. If you haven't heard, lately, for those who don't live in Chicago or whatnot, or don't watch the news and don't be on the internet like that or whatnot, it was just recently a boy beaten to death, after it with it was a boy that was beaten to death that went to Finger High School in Chicago or whatnot. As I was sitting there listening, to everybody talk about it and whatnot, I got to thinking, like, when I was working at this job over the summer, I used to get up every morning like around 7 o'clock and start getting dressed or whatnot. And around that time, on Power 92, I think it was the Chocolate Jock. If that's what he's on, Power 92 or whatever, 107.5, whichever one he's on, he, always talks about the gun violence in, Chicago or whatnot. Now, the gun violence, yeah, it's a lot of gun violence. That is true. But in this one incident where the boy, I think his name is Darion, he got killed, but it wasn't by gun violence. He was literally beaten to death by hands, feet, and a board. Now, and they're always talking about gun violence and stuff, but it's people that get beat to death every day. It's people that die every day in Chicago that, don't make it on the news and stuff. But it's like, this day and age, because I'm 17 and shit, it's like this day and age where simple fact they like gun violence this, gun violence that. Well, what about when motherfuckers ain't using guns? You did? When motherfuckers beat you to death with their hand. You did? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why people go get guns and shit. People don't just get guns because, what am I trying to say? Hold on. No, okay, let me start that over. Majority of the time, people will get guns because they've been beaten up or, whatnot, and they feel insecure or whatnot, so they get a gun to make them feel secure. A gun ain't gonna secure you. You did? Because at the end of the day, it's just a pussy standing behind the gun, a pussy holding the gun. You did? Thinking he a man. But like I was saying, where do we go when it ain't you? When people aren't using weapons, when they're using this to kill you? For real, like Shorty didn't mean to lose his life. I mean, it didn't mean. Shorty didn't need to lose his life. That shit wasn't even all that serious. Like, motherfuckers was fighting for what reason? Then you got the ignorant motherfuckers who, they was behind the camera like, put him to sleep. You already knew right there that he was gonna go to die. Then you see everybody laughing and stuff and saying stuff like, ooh, it's going down, ooh, ooh. But then once he hit the ground, he stopped breathing. He died on that ground right there. And they started picking him up and moving him and stuff, screaming for him to get up and stuff. But they've been holding the camera this whole time and not calling anybody or not calling the police or something. But somebody died from being beat up, and they ain't even had nothing to do with the stuff. It is. And this shit is real sad. Like, it's real sad because at the end of the day, like, the fuck, that could have been somebody I was related to or something, Could have been somebody in my family. Could have been one of my friends. Could have been me. Shit, Could have been you. But thank goodness it wasn't. But I just want to know, when the weapons aren't being used and hands and feet are, what are we gonna do for that violence? Are we gonna have a rally for that violence? Huh? Can I get Al Sharpton out here? Reverend Jesse Jackson? Can I get Barack Obama? Can I get somebody out here? You know, not just not sending us a letter. Fuck a letter gonna do. Letter ain't gonna do shit. Motherfuckers need to stop sending letters and shit. Do some real shit. Do some physical shit. Come out here and do some shit. You did. While y'all trying to move all the city kids to the suburbs and all the suburb people to the city, shit ain't gonna work. Moving people, it ain't gonna work. Motherfuckers get cars, buses, trains, planes, transportation. They gonna go right back to where they was. But it's just ignorant motherfuckers that don't know how to live life and do something with their life. That's the whole thing. That is the whole thing. Cause somebody had something to do with their life. They was not out fighting with motherfuckers after school because the shit dead. Fuck, I need to fight somebody after school for, unless it's really worth fighting. Unless you talking off at the mouth or something. You know, other than that, I'm not finna fight you. I ain't got time for that shit. And then I'm not gonna beat you until you dead. Motherfucker, fuck that shit dead like a motherfucker. Now these 4 or 5 boys, whoever, how many ever did, they finna lose their life in prison for beating somebody to death. For what reason? No reason at all. Ain't had shit to do with it. Was walking down the street and just got caught up in some shit and lost his life. How do you think people parents feel when they see their child go off to school in the morning and shit, and they don't come back? They don't come back. And then the last time they see him is when the police is asking them, is this your son? Shit hurts. But my main question is, when they're not using weapons and they're using their hands and feet, how do we stop that violence?